Now there's a surprise. The View savages the Clintons. Bill abusive to women. Hillary a virus to Democrats. That's a surprise by Benny Johnson for thedailycaller.com. The women of The View did not go easy on Bill or Hillary Clinton during Monday's broadcast. The co-hosts were responding to a new profile on Monica Lewinsky where the former White House intern described Bill Clinton's sexual abuse of her when he was president. The View ladies took turns savaging the Clintons and their gross abuse of power. Speaking about the affair, which eventually led to Clinton's impeachment, Joy Behar said it was an abuse of power. He was the president and she was an intern. She was 23 or 24. Behar continued, if you're talking about powers and equality in power, that's the big biggie, an intern and a president. Guest co-host Meredith Vieira said Lewinsky was unfairly vilified after the affair, but Clinton was allowed to go on to lead a successful life. Behar made the point that Clinton no longer had a voice in the Me Too movement. Let's take a listen.
Monica Lewinsky is writing in Vanity Fair to the Me Too movement should redefine how people view her affair with President Clinton. She says it was a consensual affair, but that he was guilty of gross abuse of power. If that affair happened today, how would we be looking at it differently? Or would we?
I think that we saw that it was abuse of power then. We saw that he was the president and she was an intern. She was 23 or 4?
22 when I think it first started. Yeah.
I mean, she was an adult.
Yeah.
And so, but he was, I mean, if there's if you're talking about powers, inequality in power, that's the big biggie. An intern and a president.
Yeah.
So it was that then, and it is now.
But she was also vilified quite a bit afterwards. I mean, her career kind of went, well, whatever fledgling career she had went down the tubes. Bill Clinton had his time, trouble, but then he went on to lead a very successful life.
Yeah, but it haunts him to this day. He can't really...
You think it haunts him?
Yes. I mean, have you seen him lately talking with this Me Too thing? He can't go out there and really stump for Democrats very easily. I don't think so.
Well, of course he can't.
Yeah. So it's
well,
one
the women were brought to his wife's the debate to the debate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it haunts him forever.
Yeah.
But it also haunted Clarence Thomas's accuser.
Yeah.
Anita Hill. I mean, we're in a different space now. I don't know what would happen now.
I do think the conversation would be different. I know I struggle with this because when you talk about the Me Too movement, and I've interviewed Tarana Burke, who is the founder of the Me Too movement, she says that the movement is really about survivors supporting each other and talking to each other in the realm of sexual assault and abuse. And so when I hear Monica Lewinsky saying that she's part of that movement, I think, that's not my understanding of it. But then when you read her article, she does talk about this sexual assault, sexual harassment, and abuse of power. And we know that Harvey Weinstein abused his power over these women, and many men do.
But he also assaulted in a way, whereas Clinton did not.
This was a consensual, but you know what she wrote?
Not in other women.
But not in this case.
She wrote something that was interesting. She wrote, in terms of the power differential, in such a circumstance, the idea of consent might well be rendered moot. So now she's saying perhaps because of her age, I know it's a tough one, because of her age, even though she's 22 and it started 24 when it ended, perhaps she didn't really give consent to all that came with it.
And not just the age, the power difference.
The power difference.
Yeah, that's
so I'm not sure where I fall.
I don't know. Yeah. I sort of, there are men who abuse their power.
Yes.
There are men who abuse people with their power. I'm not sure what she's saying. Yes. Is she saying he could have stopped this because he knew better than I did?
I think that's probably true. I felt, this is in a speech, she said, I fell in love with my boss in a 22-year-old sort of way, but my boss was the president of the United States.
Yeah. Power as an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, I'm
That's why they made the Calvin Coolidge.
everything having to do with Monica Lewinsky. This scandal happened when I was like in my formative years. I've said many times I learned what oral sex was because of the Monica Lewinsky
really?
scandal. Very uncomfortable, and it was a long story, but yeah, I didn't. I was 12 or 13. I was very young.
Yeah.
So I am interested in her role and conversation in the Me Too movement. I will say that going forward for Democrats, I do think this scandal and Hillary's role in the bimbo eruptions and shaming really hurt her. Remember when Lena Dunham was caught in an off-the-record dinner talking about how she had issues with Hillary Clinton because of her role in this? I would just leave the Clintons as far out of 2020 as possible.
Absolutely.
If I were a Democrat.
I agree.
Yes,
I think I think that they're a liability at the moment. I'm a Democrat or a liberal, whatever you want to call me. I don't know if I'm 100% of a liberal, like I explained to you the other day.
I have conversation after the show.
I have my sections where I'm not the 100% liberal. I said the other day I would like to have a handgun when I'm trapped in the woods with 2 dogs and a baby. And I also believe in capital punishment in some instances. Now that we have DNA proof. But
That has always surprised me.
Yeah, I mean,
about you.
They're a bad look. Like even when Kristen Gillibrand came on, you know, she sort of had. It's interesting the way she talked about Trump's accusers and then how she talked about Bill Clinton's accusers because she had a direct tone shift. And I just think the Democratic Party has to reconcile that the Clintons are a virus that is going to continue to hurt you in elections going forward. And these conversations about Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton's accusers are never going to go away, especially in the era of Me Too.
she is what you call
They're never going to go away, but we are.
Well, I'm very surprised that they actually said that. But again, that is the truth. You cannot put Hillary in front of a Me Too. It's actually a joke, you know, because people have affairs, but there's difference between even rape. You know what I'm saying? Where Bill Clinton, I'm not saying in the Monica Lewinsky scenario, that was, okay, let's say consensual. But the other women, they were forced, he was forcing himself upon them, which that's, you know, that's like another level. You see what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.